All right, good afternoon. Today is April the 11th. It's 2:15. The market is just pretty much closed out. And the first chart I want to review is the Euro Yen on the daily time frame. So basically, I got wave 1 here. I have a correction WXY for 2. Then I have a 1, 2, a 3 here, a 4, a 5 for 3, followed by a sharp wave 4. And then another wave up for 5 of 1. This here is a double zigzag correction for a W. Then I have an X, and right now it is currently in the Y stage, and it's either in wave. It's either ending with this particular impulsive wave down, which basically I jumped in about at 106.27, I believe I jumped in. I originally had my entry at 115.90, but a lot of times what can happen is that it can get really close to that level, not fill you in, and then take off. So what I did is I jumped in half of a contract at 116.27, and then I also have my second part of that contract here at 115.25 if it tends to actually continue to go down. And then what my stop would actually be, I'll actually have my stop here. Technically, it should be below the 2, which is 112.09, but that's you're talking 400 plus pips, and I'm not willing to risk that much. So I'll risk 200 pips in order to see this go from 115, up towards 121. Now that's a risk reward ratio that I'm willing to accept, but I'm not willing to put my stop below the 2, and I'm just not willing to do that. Plus, if you're comfortable risking that much, then so be it. But I believe that's not likely to happen. Anyway, moving on to that. So we'll keep an eye on this. This is something that I'll be paying attention to and giving updates on shortly as the market gives us better information. Also, what I'll look at now. This is a Euro Yen as well. This is a 60-minute time frame, but this is a different platform. This is Up Data, and this is their Ichimoku cloud is a lot better than NinjaTrader's. And what it's basically telling me now that this cloud is widened is telling me that a change is getting ready to occur. Not to mention this first blue moving average line, it pretty much found support there so far, but that is on a smaller time frame. So I can look at a I can look at a 240 and really give a better estimate of what's really going on with it. And let's see what changes. 1 second. Let's see. All right. So let me open it up. Kind of looks weird for those who have never seen Ichimoku clouds in action, but yet UpData definitely has some of the best software for Ichimoku and for point and figure. And we'll go to the point and figure next. But yeah, basically it's pretty much bouncing off of this support level here. The cloud is already widening, so I'll be looking for a price to actually move up. It will test this SMA, which will find resistance. It'll bounce off of it, come back around in this range, and then it'll actually it'll test up. But once it enters this particular, this is another moving average. I believe this may be the 9. As you can see right here where my cursor is, it's really a 926.52, which makes up the actual cloud. So I believe this is a 52, this is a 9, or this is a 9, and this is 26. But once it actually finds its low and it finds the support holds, it will eventually move its way up towards this particular area here, and I'll be waiting for it to enter this cloud. This cloud will then start to come down, and as it starts to come down, eventually you'll start seeing a color change. So right now, anything below the cloud is actually going short. Once you see like a grayish, greenish grayish color, that's indicating that the trend is due to change. Once it penetrates and it keeps up and it goes above the cloud, now the trend is long. So I'll actually be keeping you guys updated on that as well. But to go back to a 60-minute and look at a point and figure, this is just a lot of analysis that I look at to get get um, the best entries that I can get. But here's a point and figure chart just to show you guys. And as of right now, on the Euro Yen, they're still showing targets. This here would make me actually make my stop a little tighter because it's still showing a projected 113 level that it can go. So I would be waiting for a target from point and figure to actually come up here somewhere and show. Well, actually, it did say 117 here, but this was before the 113. So hopefully, within the next several hours, a target will be activated going long, and then you'll see these O's start to penetrate into here, which will give me a better confirmation. Once it goes from here back up to this area, that's where it actually will find support. Then it'll start ranging in here, and then once it breaks out and makes its first O or X, actually a blue X above this particular trend line, then I know we're good to go. So if you really want to learn how to actually look at point and figure, you could just pretty much Google, YouTube point and figure. It's a Jeremy Dupree or something. Dupree is his name, but he's the best so far that I know of on a point and figure. As always, I'm looking at my Aussie trade now, and I have this is the top of E as of right now. I have a 1, I have a 2, I have a 1 of 3, a 2 of 3, a 3 of 3. This is either a 4 or A of 4, and then I have wave 5 coming down to around 74.50. For anyone who knows Elliott, they know that although 1.618 tends to be what wave 3 goes to as far as the Fibonacci level, it rarely happens. It's either going to blow past 1.618 or to stop at about 1.382. This particular level here is enough for 1.382. Therefore, in that particular case, let me just do that real quick. I like to keep these videos short as possible. But on the fib based, let me see, 138.2, 38.2. Boom. So that's activated, and it did find support just below that at 74.82 is 1.382. It went to 74.74. So this 3 could very well be right here, and then you'll start to see a move up for A, B, C, 4, and then a wave 5 down, which will go below 74.50, and that's when I would take profits, and you'll start to see a long that will the end of wave 1 will be, and then you could see wave 2 probably come back towards 76. So we'll keep an eye out on that as well. EURCAD, let's see, no, that's not it. Yeah, I'm still testing the EURCAD. I'm just trying to see where that's going to likely give, and if this is a 1-2-1-2 count, then this will be the 1 of 3. This is a 2 of 3, and then I got in a little early. Price may come back and find resistance at 141.80 before it actually takes off. And if that's the case, then I'll activate live targets and then go from there. EURCAD, that is a EURCAD. New Zealand. So New Zealand's still holding. It is going a little slow, but up 30 or 29, and this should be working a wave 3 that eventually will come below 68. Also got the Euro Aussie, which is doing well. 166. I think I was at 107 a few days ago. So as you can see, this appears to be of a leading diagonal, so it'll be one of three basically, and then you'll see something come back to around 140, 70, 140, 80, and then it should penetrate up. So we'll keep an eye on that. And I think last, the CAD trades, I did get out of that, took profits, let it go down, and then I jumped back in at 132.96. So now I'm pretty much just waiting for that to take off of 26, and this will be for Y of 2. So technically, once it gets to this area at 140, the trend actually is down. So we'll keep an eye on that. Dollar yen, I already took profit there, so it went back down when I expected that. So I'm looking to get in at a low 109, 109.39 is where I got my target at. It may go a little lower, but if it does, I'll be able to actually correctly label this particular area, because as of right now, this can be A here, a B here, then a 1, 2, 3 for C, but it will need to come at least to 108.60 to be a wave 2, and I'll change this to delete this 3, put a 1. If this is wave 3, then it should actually terminate somewhere really soon, right above the 50%, not too much below it. And I think that's all I got. So this week I'm going to be focused more on the euro yen. If I just end it with a weekly one, as you see, I got it testing it right now, and if it does get a little lower, I'm expecting it to get a little lower. This is where a live target will be activated, or I'm just going to wait till it gets in this area. I'll go into up data, look at a point figure, and see where it is likely to end. I'll change everything, go live, and go up. So I'll keep you updated, but as of right now, it still has a little room to the downside. I'm expecting it to go to 115.90 is where I may go with my first live target, but I have the second one still at 115.25, as price still technically could come to 112. So I want to make sure that my stops are protected and I know what I'm doing before when I understand the risks. So I'll most likely give another video either tomorrow or Thursday, if not for sure Friday. Thanks.